boys and 2% girls. Today we're gonna do something different. Today we're gonna look at custom cards on Hearthstone. Not necessarily user-submitted cards, that is something else we're gonna do again soon. For that, look into the description. You can submit any cards because I wanna see what you guys come up with. But no, we do it differently. Why create content if you can look at content? Who likes Reddit? Boy, I like Reddit. Let's take a look at the custom Hearthstone card Reddit. Look at the top cards of this month. Creations. Things that people absolutely adore and updoed on Reddit. I want to see one Ogre and one Rager. If that doesn't happen, the video is not successful. One last thing. I bought Bitcoin and they went up in price. So I made like 10% return within like 5 days. So if you want to have some investment advice as well, head over to my Solem channel, but backwards, called Melos, where I talk about money for no reason. I just think it's interesting. So yeah, I made that channel. Thanks for me for sponsoring my own video. Appreciate me. You can like, sub, all that. Let's go onto Reddit and look at card creations. Starting off, we got I Am Turtle, I Am Mal'Ganis. It's a 4-mana 3/4 beast for Warlock. Beast Warlock might be a thing we do with Harik. If your deck has no duplicates, transform this into Mal'Ganis. That deserves spot 1 easily. So Mal'Ganis, technically it's a 4-cost card anyways. And why do you play a card called Voidcaller? And that card is a 3/4 in stats, which then summons Mal'Ganis from your hand for free anyways. This one is like cutting off the middleman. Instead of playing one card into another, you just play it immediately. And you have Beast Synergy. Imagine playing Untamed Beastmaster. Boy, you could play a 4-mana 5/6 beast named Turtle. That's not just good stats for the cost, that's value. You do not want to activate any of her trap cards. Night Huntress Cyana. 5-mana 6/4. If you control a beast, discover an upgraded secret. Already reminds me of Malygos 2.0, the 5-mana 2/8 dragon for mage. For explosive trap, you not just deal 2 damage to all enemies, but also trigger this one again if any enemy dies. So it's like the effect of Godfrey on a secret. For freezing trap, you shuffle the enemy's minion into their deck and it costs 2 mana more instead of just getting back to their hand. Misdirection forces all minions to attack each other, so that is like mass hysteria for priest, but in a secret. Snipe is the adjacent keyword, so it deals damage not just to the minion itself, but also to the ones next to it. And the upgraded snake trap summons snakes with poisonous. That just makes sense. How many snakes are poisonous? Because the green snake we see there in the tree in the artwork, shouldn't it be poisonous? I don't want to say too much here, but my Google research, when I searched for poisonous, told me they are venomous. Young children can have reactions to tree snake bites. Dexter can't be bitten by a snake then, huh? Overall for the concept, I think it's great. It's fantastic. The card you get makes up for the downside of the minion. I feel like we should have one expansion of custom Hearthstone cards to see if it is the most liked expansion of all time, or if it's just completely broken. That'll be fun. Now, rogues can steal Murlocs too. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Murloc Battlecry named Gurgle. So it's like Swashbuckler, but as a Murloc. First of all, great art. I like the artwork. It fits the Hearthstone art style. I like that a lot. If you were to get the Shaman Murloc, Underbelly Angler, you could go infinite when it comes to Murloc Rogue. There was even a rogue deck called Water Rogue at some point, where you played Murlocs as well as pirates, as those tribes kind of live in the water. It was a really niche deck in like 2016 or 17. People played like Finja the Ninja in there. It was such a meme deck, but it got to like rank 1 legend. It was an actual archetype for like 1 month. Again, like the last card, you take an existing concept that already works on a card, make it a little bit different, and the card turns out to be one of the highest rated cards this month. Good job. Mortal enemy of the ubiquitous Updog. What's Updog? 1-mana 2/1 Outcast. So it's just Outcast without the S. Demon Hunter card. Rush, Outcast, gain, Reborn. That seems really good. This is pretty much the 4-mana minion for Warrior. I think it's called Reckless Mummy. For 1 more attack on the mummy or 2 more damage in total, you spend 3 more mana. And for the Outcast, you just have to get Outcast to make it really worth it. I like the idea behind it, but it's pretty strong, and Demon Hunter is good enough. For the artwork, the flavor, fantastic. Fits. That's a Demon Hunter card for sure. If we get a card that has Rush and Demon Hunter, it's probably similar to that. I understand that they couldn't find fitting art for this. Okay, Disney characters, which might be on Rule 34 at some point. Set the attack of all minions to 1 this turn, they fight to the death. So it's a combination of Wave of Apathy, as well as War Maul, the 1/10 Warrior. Quite exaggerated that they fight to the death, considering those are Disney characters in the picture. But you never know, maybe in every single pillow there's a rock and they actually fight to death. Definitely fits Priest/Warrior as a card. Groot's smaller brother is actually older than him, older every turn. 4-mana 7/7 Lurk. At the end of each turn, gain -1/-1. That is a good idea to make Gruul even better. 4 mana 7/7 by the way. Reminds me of this one minion which is right there. The card never saw play. But Lurk starts with way better stats. Thing is though, when you play that and you can't attack with it, next turn it's going to be a 4 mana 5/5. And then it's going to be dead after you trade with that once. But I like the spirit, I like his beautiful smile. Reforestation, now they're fighting back. Transforming minions into 2/2 Treants, Treants into 5/5 Ancients, Iron Bark Protectors. It already sounds complicated as it is basically evolve in multiple steps, but there's this one card in Wild which makes all your Treants 5/5 Ancients anyways. And if your Ancients become Iron Bark Protectors and get taunt, that's not bad. That's a good concept. Treant Druid should work better. With that card, it would work better. 4 mana seems like a reasonable price to pay for that. And we have seen on Spellstones as well as cards like Cascading Disaster that multiple steps on a single card is definitely possible. So this card for Druid, I would play that immediately. Also look at Tree Enforcement real quick. Look at the artwork. Do you see how happy they are? They are really happy. With that card, they would be even happier. Kidnap. Put an enemy minion into your hand. Yeah, there's this one card called Kidnapper. It's a 5/3 for 6 mana combo, return a card to the enemy's hand. The name doesn't really make sense, you don't kidnap anything. So the question is, where's the name coming from? That makes more sense, you yoinked something. It's like using an 2 mana minion, but you take the minion instead. I like that. Also for 7 mana, people don't play that, so it wouldn't hurt. But for meme decks, boy, I would like to play that. Rager Size. Ooh, Rager themed card, I like that. Set a friendly minion's attack to 5 and health to 1. Ooh, if you put that onto a totem, if you play like even Shaman for example, that is a 5 damage buff on a 0 attack minion. And it costs even less mana than Magma Rager. Also, it's kind of charged because the minion can attack immediately. I like that card. That card is great. We get like 6 stats that are set or presented right here. There's a card called Cryostasis, which is also 6 stats but freezes something. Might be the inspiration for that. That's a fun card. We should have that. For whatever reason, his body explodes into gold coins when he dies. It's crazy, man. 6 mana 4/12 dragon called Final Boss. Taunt Death that'll fill your opponent's hand with coins. Ooh. You can play this 4 mana dragon that gives your opponent 2 coins. You can give them bananas if you play Mugler. And all those cards saw play in like different versions of mill decks. That card makes mill a little bit easier. If your opponent destroys that on their turn, they just get free mana. Good stats for the cost. Good dragon. I like that boy. Destroy all your mana crystals for the rest of the game. Your demons cost 1. So it's like an ongoing effect in the style of Aviana, but because you gain a mana crystal at the start of each turn, you can play 1 demon the first turn, 2 the next turn, 3 the turn after. That wouldn't do that much though, but I think the downside is too bad. Better cry, destroy a random enemy minion and discard a random card. Same stats as Tinkmaster Overspark, which transforms the random minion on the entire board. I would play that in Discard Warlock very likely. The artwork fits, obviously, but it's weird that it destroys only a single card. No wait, that makes sense, it's like Deathwing but in small. Never mind, card is good, fits the flavor. Monty. 1 mana 1/3. Start of the game, if your deck has no other minions, summon Monty. Yeah, that would help Spellhunter. Considering that nobody plays Spellhunter though, I think this card could even be like a 2/4 or something like that. Spellhunter is not good. It saw play like 2 years ago when Rock Dalar was announced, but I feel like this could be a little bit bigger in stats, maybe. Spellhunter is really not that good, but it's a fun thing to play. 3 mana 5/1, while damage this has +5, yeah. So it's like Angry Chicken and Magma Rager stats. It's power creeping Magma Rager though. Oh wait, never mind, it dies to Hammett Nessingberry. I'm sorry. No, this one is far worse than Magma Rager. It's too bad, I'm sorry. Crossbreed, 2 mana spell for Hunter. Discover 2 beasts. If you play them both this turn, combine them. So for 7 mana, you could get a 3/7 Taunt Beast. That's insane. I like the flavor, but yeah, the card is not on the highest power level. But for fun, 5 out of 5 fun points. The Grange. 9 mana 9/9 legendary card for Shaman. Whenever an enemy minion is frozen, destroy it. That is so much better than Morabi. That is just so much better. Now imagine we would have Frost Nova in Shaman. That would be fantastic. That would be a good card in there. Maybe it should be like a 7 mana 7/7 or a little bit cheaper. But the effect is great. It's an ongoing effect, not a battle cry, not a death rattle. I like it. How do we get all the way over here? Wait, what's a library? That's a good question.
This is library.
Fibblethip, the extremely lost. 2 mana 1/1 Homunculus. When Fibblethip enters the battlefield, put target creature on the top of its owner's library. So obviously, as I'm a connoisseur of card games, that is a reference to that card in Magic, which might have the exact same name, not sure. So the idea is when you play the card, it gets on top of your deck, so you can never fatigue. It's like Jade Isle, but instead of shuffling and summoning something, you have Fibblethip. I like him. He has a great personality, he has one giant eyeball. Instant golden craft, better than Alar. 1 mana 1/1 legendary elemental for Warlock. After a friendly mana crystal is destroyed, summon this from your hand or deck. They would at least benefit that new epic card they printed to destroy 1 mana crystal of each player. There's yet to be a single person playing that card against me. I haven't seen that once in play, but this at least would make sense. I would even say this card should have the effect that it gets summoned from your graveyard when a mana crystal gets destroyed, because that is so bad. At least having a card like that would make it less bad. Also, trivia question at this point. Do you know where the artwork is from? My hint is it's an already existing token that gets summoned in a priest epic card. And for the last card, 1 mana 1/1 discover a high curve minion. That is such a pretty artwork. Discover an 8, 9 or 10 cost card. So instead of discovering something completely random between 0 and 10 mana, you discover something in a specific mana range. I still think it wouldn't see play, considering that cards like this one or the other one never really saw play, even though you curve out with those. But the artwork, boy, I like the purple. In celebration of that, let's change the background color. Let's make a smooth transition where I click this button. Yep, transition. Thank you so much for watching. What was your favorite random card? Also, don't forget about the riddle for the card with the artwork for Priest that I mentioned. Yes. If you want to submit your own custom card, so I don't have to look at Reddit, but your creations, there should be a link in the description to a Google form where you just submit a picture. You can submit anything, but memes would be appreciated, something we can laugh about. If you watched until now, maybe consider subscribing, it's free, and we're getting closer to 100k in the next like 5-6 months. Yeah, that might take some time. If you want to see more of my face with better lighting and less reflective forehead spots, we have a daily channel called Solem Daily. I appreciate you for watching and take care.